This is going to be for all signs. You could be any zodiac sign. It is not just for the Pisces today. We're going to be doing a live on the conjunction that's coming up. As I don't see a lot of people talking about this conjunction, but it's coming up on April 25th, and it is going to be absolutely life-changing. So whenever you do come across this video, feel free to take in a deep breath, connect with your inner source to see what parts of this reading may resonate with you. Again, it's going to be for all signs today, so just take what resonates. We're just going to be diving into a little bit of this conjunction. We have the moon, we have Saturn, we have Venus that are all going to be conjunct on April 25th. And this is life changing. And there's a whole lot of things that you should know about it. So that's what actually kind of prompted me and led me to come on live, was to share this conjunction, as this really can change your life. And it's really important to know exactly what this conjunction is going to bring into your life. Go check out where you have your moon, Saturn, and Venus. All right. Hello, everyone. Now, I've been doing the pop-up lives where it's not planned. It's just when Spirit leads me with my 5 or 6 Pisces placements. Feel free to put it in the comments below your sun, moon, and rising. I am a Pisces sun, Sagittarius moon, and a Scorpio rising. Hello. Hi, love. How are you? Yes, I haven't been live in a while. I used to go live every single week. When I was preparing for last year's Puerto Rico retreat, I usually take 3 to 6 months to prepare my body, so I stopped going live. But for now, we go live as a pop-up live. Hello, Edward. Hi, Anna. How are you? Thank you. Thank you for being here. Hi, Sasina. I like that name. Hi, Rami. Hi, La. Now, we're going to be talking about the upcoming conjunction, which is really big. I know that we always say that it's big, it's huge, but we have the moon, Saturn, and Venus, and it is either going to bless you, it might bless you, it may even stabilize you, or it's going to bring up just the things it is that you need to see. The whole theme of this blueprint, and it has blueprint. Well, the theme of it is your blueprint. What is your soul blueprint? We're all going to get a reading. So for the next 3 minutes, I may just channel a little bit of this collective conjunction that's coming up. April 25th, you're going to already be feeling these energies. You may have already seen some of these themes in your life, but April 25th and on, your life is different, okay? Your life is going to change. Now, the whole theme of this, we have Venus, right? Venus rules love, relationships, wealth, shared values, etc. Saturn is that discipline. It's the structure, the routine, the rigidness. And then we have the moon, emotions, or what is hidden. And so what this particular portal starting April 25th, and it's really just a few days, you're going to feel that conjunction, but it's going to propel you moving forward. What is it that you don't quite see? Or if you're just owning already your truth, expect to be blessed. You will be blessed by your soul's truth. And I have chills actually as I'm saying it. And so what this portal is going to reveal is, what is your soul's truth? What is it? Are there part of your soul's truth or your soul desires that perhaps you've been putting away, you've been suppressing, oppressing, etc., that is going to come up to be revealed to you? So you go own that, because you will be blessed by your inner, your sacred truths. I did write some notes over here, as I know when I can channel kind of on a tangent kind of thing. So I did write specifically what I wanted to share. We have the initiation of peace and stability. That is what this conjunction, the moon, Venus, and Saturn on April 25th is bringing everyone. Initiation into your peace, your stability. But how do we get there, right? How do we get to the peace or even the stability? By looking at what is there. And it's interesting. I was listening to a guru, and he said these words: if it looks like chaos, but it actually ends up being real, Saturn is going to bless you. So if it looks like it's chaotic and this and that, but it is actually real, Saturn's going to bless you, right? And so basically, it's just you looking into the mirror and facing yourself. It's you looking into the mirror and owning all of these inner truths, where I'm a little bit shadowy. I have that shadow. I'm this, I'm that. And owning it. Not denying those parts of you. This year is a shadow work year. Like, this year is the year of Lilith. We have Lilith and Scorpio for the next 9 months at 1 degree. This is the year of the serpent, the snake. It's the year of shadow work. Where is your wealth? Where is your gold? Where is your authenticity? It's hidden in your shadow. It's hidden in the parts of you that you suppressed, oppressed for society, for family, to be liked, to be loved, to be validated. But those most authentic parts of you are the most beautiful parts of you. So like that day when you're really tired and that's your truth, like messy hair and all, that's the most beautiful part of you, etc. All right. And I did write the truth that dares to shine through. And that is the Sekhmet energy. Sekhmet is a goddess of courage. She's a Sekhem. It represents power. Can you have the courage to own your inner power? Hello, love. Hi, Marlon. How are you? Hello, Misty. Hello, Phoenix Rising. Yes. Hello, Soul Tribe. The truth that dares to shine through. Are you the truth that dares to shine through? Dares to shine through your circumstances, your this, your that. As you simply own your truth, you will be blessed. Saturn is blessing those who are just owning their shadows and their truth, who are doing the work, etc. So you may have your blueprints revealed to you in the next few days, the next week, and just moving on. You will have certain blueprints revealed to you. What is the road to your peace? What is the road to your stability, to your happiness? It's in the parts of you that you wanted to avoid or to hide, or you felt like was less acceptable to society or this or that. But those are the most beautiful parts of you. Those are the most true parts of you. And you're going to be blessed as you dare to shine through. Okay, so that is really the theme of this reading. Moon, Saturn, and Venus. Yes, you dare to shine through, because it doesn't even matter what it looks like. You could come up with, like, say, the messy hair, the this or the that. That's what Saturn is going to bless, is you owning your truth, not, again, what looks good, what's the validating or this or that. Okay, so this is going to be in career. It's going to be in your relationships. It's going to be in wealth and love and career, all those different things. Also, yourself, okay? Yes, thank you, Jockeys of Humanity. I like that name. Hi, Reading Tarot with Shawnee. Hello. Yeah, I go live. I do pop-up lives now. Or just like whatever it is that spirit intuitively leads me to. We do have Mountain Goddess High Vibration over here, but I am going to put the cards away. Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God, for all signs, for the Divine Collective. Shadow work, time, all winter. Yes, and it is spring, so rise. I like this one over here. Hello, how have you been? Hi, Preston. Thank you. What do we have? 4. I'm going to grab some cards first, and then I will channel. But this is a reading for the conjunction of the Moon, Saturn, and Venus, which is going to bless you. It's going to show you things, right? The things that you need to look at, the things that are uncomfortable, etc. But your truth is going to be blessed. And it doesn't matter what your truth looks like. The truth that dares to shine through is what Saturn is going to bless in this portal, okay? Your authenticity. And it could be scary. It's shadow work to be authentic, to be yourself in a world where there's carbon copies, in a world where, you're expected to act a certain way, think a certain way, but this year is also going to show too is like no fake love and light, like honoring how you truly feel, not bypassing it, etc. It's okay to have the sacred rage. It's okay to have the sacred release of grief or this or that, honoring the full spectrum of who you are, and you will be greatly blessed as you do so. And we think of what it is that we attract, right? You attract your soul's truth. And as soon as I say that, the number changes like 5. So 555, and someone named Mary messages me. So then you may know a Mary or something like that, or maybe your name is Mary. You attract your soul's truth, which sometimes it doesn't always feel that way. Sometimes you don't attract what's your truth. But if you're owning your truth, you will be blessed by Saturn, okay? The truth that dares to shine through. And then this portal is just asking us to own it all anyway, Yes, we are. Yes, NY Devs. All right, Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God. What do we have for this Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction? Yes, and as soon as I say that, what is high vibration? We have no more hiding. High vibration, and finally, the New Age spirituality, community can kind of, high vibration is not just love and light and everything's great. It's holding that light, it's holding the high vibration when things are not great. That's true high vibe. Like when things aren't great, can you remain anchored in your love and in your truth? knowing that there's maybe Maya and the illusion, but being anchored in your soul's truth. Mary's your BFF of 35 years. I love that. I have one friend that has just remained for over 20 years. We even had our children a month apart from one another too. Now, Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God, what do we have for this Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction on the truth that dares to shine through? The truth that dares to shine through for the collective. You are a healer. That is the truth that dares to shine through. There's been a lot of healing of patriarchal wounds in the collective. There's been a lot of Mary Magdalene energy, 144 as I say that. When we have this card, you are a healer, I will say I've seen healers going through a lot. It's not easy to be a healer in the today of now. It's not easy for just anything. This is the time of a lot of change and evolution in the world. So own your healing gifts. It could be hard for you to own your healing gifts. Own them. All right. Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God, what do we have for this Moon and Saturn and Venus conjunction? What do we have for the collective, the truth that dares to shine through? Mary Magdalene, sacred marriage. All right, right over here. So there goes that Mary Magdalene energy. She wanted to come through. We have sacred marriage. You are a healer, owning your path. And it's not easy owning it. Owning that path, right? Sacred marriage, it's not the marriage without, it can be, we do have that Venus energy, but sacred marriage is owning that sacred union within you. That sacred union of you and your outer world, you and spirit, your lower self, your higher self. Why do we have sacred marriage and you are a healer for Moon, Saturn, and Venus? The truth that dares to shine through. Visionary. The truth that dares to shine through. Over here. All right, own your sensitivity. There's a lot of energy in the collective. I've seen a lot of oversensory. So even owning that where it's I have some oversensory today. There's a lot going on in the world. We do have a workshop coming up when it comes to energetic boundaries of just how to really maintain them in this time of today and age as a healer, as an empath, as, there's collective energy. There's this, there's that. But we are in the world, we're not of it. So also remembering that we are in the world, we are not of the collective, say, pain or trauma or this or that. We do have Mother Mary emotional healing here. So definitely that Mary energy. So we have Mary Magdalene here. But visionary, Imhotep. Imhotep is a builder. Imhotep is a woodsman. He's a craftsman from Egypt. Sacred marriage, sacred union. You are a healer. Keep your eyes on the prize, is what Spirit is saying, right? Whether that be your soul destiny, whatever that means to you or is, maybe your soul path, maybe your healing path, whatever it is, keep on working towards that vision. For those of you who have been going through it, but at least Saturn sees that you have been devoted, you have been true. And because you have been devoted and true, you will be greatly blessed. Those who have been holding the vision in the midst of the chaos and are still going or this or that, are doing the work that they need to be doing, taking the sacred pauses. And I love the way that sounds, a sacred pause. It's okay to take a sacred pause. But don't stop going, or keep going rather. We have Imhotep, visionary. Saturn will bless your vision. Imhotep, what it is that you've been building. We do have full moon temple. Full moons can mean something to you. We just had a new moon. Next full moon, that's a full moon. So Taurus, that would be the opposite of the Taurus energy. Sacred pause. Yes, I love that word. Sacred pause. We have full moon temple, celebration, peak and transcendent moment, the meditation, peace, relief, and sanctuary. And that is exactly what this portal is bringing you to. It's revealing to you, where am I in the way of my own peace? Where am I in the way of my own stability? And then also, Saturn's going to see if you've been working hard amidst it all. I'm going to bless you kind of thing, and so expect to be blessed. Expect for some reality checks. And that's just the honest truth of this energy. It's Saturn. So there's some reality checks. It doesn't have to be hard. Saturn is actually not coming to punish you this time. 144 as I say that. And Saturn's never a punisher. I used to not like Saturn 5 years ago. Ever since Saturn has been in Pisces, because I have a lot of Pisces, I now like Saturn. And I don't know if any of you other Pisces agree, but I think that we are healing our relationship with Saturn. Where Saturn is not this big, scary punisher guy. He's really trying to help. Saturn is what adds discipline and structure in order for you to achieve your goals. You know, and what's coming through is if the energy is aimless, so if you don't know where to put it, right, and it's just all over the place, how does one materialize their goals, their dreams, their inspirations, their intentions? Saturn actually helps you. And it doesn't feel like it for the temporary, especially for like some of us like a Pisces. Saturn. But Saturn is truly guiding you. Saturn actually wants to bless you. Saturn wants you to bless yourself, you know, and so Saturn reveals to you what it is that you need to do in order for you to be in alignment with the blessing. So all Saturn does is align us in the ways that we maybe already needed aligning, you know, and it's going to bless you. Again, it's not coming in as a punisher. Saturn is kind of looking at you of like, yeah, energetically scanning. Where can I bless you? You know, and then it may be revealed to you of certain different things, but it's not a scary Saturn energy with this particular conjunction. However, I will say that it is so important that I did want to go live to talk about it. And I wrote notes too. That's the Saturn in me of writing notes so I don't go off on a tangent with my Pisces self. Pisces into Aquarius. Yes. Hello, Earth. Hi, Mama T. Hello. Venus in Aries. Ooh. In Pisces. That's Saturn moving into Aries, and your Venus in Aries might just bless you in a month and a half. Or now. Time is an illusion. Yes, we can. Yes. I was just going to say peaceful pauses are so gold right now. Let's just take like a peaceful pause for humanity for like 10 seconds. And the energy of Ma'at comes through. I just pray that Ma'at harmony, that's peace, right? Initiation of peace is balanced within us all, is balanced within the world. That sacred pause is beautiful. So yeah, take a sacred pause. You don't have to stop, but it's okay to honor the sacred pause in life where it's like, oh, I'm going to take this day to not work or to be more present. 777 as I say that, okay? So honor those sacred pauses in your life. I can give you peaches. I like peaches. Blessings, love and light, Emperor. Ma'at. I love the New Zealand. And the Sekhmet is protector of Ma'at too. All right, now let's get some tarot. Moon, Saturn, Venus conjunction. Okay, we have Mary Magdalene, sacred marriage. You are a healer, Bridget. Visionary, Imhotep. So again, especially you light workers, you know, everyone's a light worker. So I'm like thinking of that, like everyone. As soon as my friend Jordan messages me, maybe you know someone named Jordan or your name is Jordan. You know, if you are, say, practitioner, light worker, however, you know, resonates with you, you will be blessed. Saturn sees all the work you've been doing, seen and unseen. If it looks good, if it doesn't look good, and you will be blessed. So just know Saturn's not coming in as a bad guy. Saturn's just analyzing, kind of looking you up and down, and Saturn will bless you. All right. The truth that dares to shine through. What do we have for the collective for this Moon, Saturn, Venus conjunction on April 25th, 2025? That's a 7-7 portal right there. What do we have for the truth that dares to shine through? What do we have for the truth that dares to shine through for this Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction, for the 144,000, for the light workers? For the 144,000 and for the light workers, what is the truth that dares to shine through? Yeah, this is you being raw, vulnerable with yourself, the star card. What is the truth that dares to shine through? What do we have for the collective on what they need to know about the sun, not the sun, maybe the sun. Go look up your, whatever the sun is. Sun's in Taurus right now. Moon is in Pisces though. What do we have for the divine collective, the 144,000, the light workers of the collective? What do we have for the light workers of the collective for the Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction? What do we have for the Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction? There we go, though, connection, the Lover's card. What do we have for the Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction? What do we have as a final outcome of this Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction for the collective? Ha ha! Ma'at. Quite literally, the Ma'at card came out at the end, which is peace. This portal is initiation of peace. And I have it written down too, initiation of peace and stability. What's the outcome of this portal? Peace. Ma'at. Balance. Harmony. Justice. Soul justice. All right. We do have the star card. So we have Aquarius, Gemini, and Libra energy, which is all of like air in the mind. So I find that very interesting too. Try not to be too much in the mind. Studying Reiki and keep dreaming of someone named Jordan. That's funny. And I don't know anyone with that name. I dreamt of someone giving me an announcement and I had no clue like who the person was, what they look like. Welcome, Hydro. Welcome. Welcome to channel members. Who are the 144,000? I do want to answer that, and I'm going to answer it right after this, because if I do answer it, I'm going to dive deep into that rabbit hole. All right, cool. The star card, the lover's card, justice card. Ah, I see where this is going. Moon, Saturn, and Venus. You attract who you are on a soul level. And I mean, there's levels to that too. Sometimes you do attract just like what you're not, you know, like etc. But the star card, the lovers, and the justice card. So we start off over here with the star card, hope, faith, trust, of service. But also you can see she's bare. This is your truth, your soul's truth, your soul light shining through with the star card over here. And as you shine through, right? What do you attract? What's dharmic? What's on alignment on a soul level? And this could be like a soul alignment portal. You know, I'm all about soul alignment, the Moon, Saturn, and Venus. The Lover's card, you are actually attracting what's yours on a soul level. Okay, whether that be the wealth, the people, the advancement, the this, the that. Things are coming in for you, but how do they come in? As you are just your authentic, pure self, of whatever that is. I remind you that purity is not just of like prim and proper and this and that. Like that's not what purity is. Purity is not necessarily perfection. You could be very imperfectly pure. Purity has more to do with intention, right? And I did write it down. If it looks like chaos, but it's actually real or pure, Saturn will bless it. If it looks like it's prim and proper and everything is great, but it's like actually like not, it's just like trying to be prim and proper, there will be lessons, etc., you know? And so that's what's coming through over here is what is your soul's truth, right? The star card, your authentic self, your pure self is going to attract all of the soul mates, the soul tribe, the opportunities. The Lover's card, that's Venusian energy. It's ruled by, you know, Gemini, but when I'm thinking of the lovers, I'm thinking of more of the Venusian energy in this conjunction. So as you are your authentic self, right? Stripped down to just you. And again, it doesn't mean like completely, you know, it is just you and your soul light. You're going to be attracting from you and your soul light. Okay, Justice card over here. This is balance. This is Ma'at energy. All right, and when I think of the Ma'at or even the Justice card, Ma'at is a protector of cosmic order, right? And so with the Ma'at energy, the justice, you know, what's yours is yours. It doesn't matter what you look like, what you sound like, or this or that. You know, what you look like or sound like does not determine your soul gifts, right? Or who you are as a healer. You know, I'll share this too. I've seen healers who, I'll share a very recent experience I had with a shaman of mine who is one of my mentors, but the last thing he did for me, like ceremony, changed my life, which I know it wasn't him. He's just a vessel of God. It was just Christ light, you know, things like that. But he's not very, like, say, well known or this or that. His soul gifts, or, you know, and it's not even his soul gifts, but let me tell you, like, he can do one ceremony with me and it completely changes my life every time. He's not very well known. He's not out there. He's not this. He's not that. He doesn't look or sound like a shaman either. But let me tell you, like, he changes my life every single time I see him and catapults me moving forward. But he does not look or sound like a shaman. And he does when he gets dressed up as a shaman. But other than that, you would look past him. And then there's like, oh wow, we're spiritual, we're spiritual. Things are like viral. Everyone has crystals these days. Everyone has this. Everyone does tarot. Everyone does that. And so it's what's in soul alignment, So even say your mentors, even the tarot readers, even your soul tribe, call it in on a soul level. Even for me, my own mentors, I call in from my soul, So I call in the mentors, the teachers, and it does show up. Call what is yours on a soul level. The people, the abundance, the opportunities, the experiences, etc., and it will come to you. Again, it doesn't matter. As soon as I'm getting a very interesting confirmation. It does say tomorrow, though, so something could be happening tomorrow. Where was I with that? Justice card. You're getting justice, but it's soul level justice that's happening. Okay, where again, it's not about the hustle bustle, the 9 to 5. There's a lot of patriarchy, all of that colonization, all of that that's happening, and what's yours on a soul level can never be taken from you. So for those of you that feel like you've been doing a lot of work, you've been doing a lot of clearing, a lot of this, of that, or you kind of feel maybe even unseen sometimes, this is the portal that's going to put you in the spotlight. This is the portal that's going to bring in. Saturn will bless you in the ways that on a soul level, it is owed to you to be blessed, because that is yours already on a soul level. Saturn is just simply analyzing you. Okay, it's like Saturn's going to come in on April 25th and kind of look you up and down and like, okay, where can I bless that person, this or that? And you may have the little hiccups where it's like, oh, I didn't quite see that. Oh, this or that, but we have the card peace. We're ending off with justice, peace, ma'at energy. And we have peace over here. This is an initiation to your eternal peace and stability. And Saturn comes in not to punish you. And again, he's actually not coming in really hard this time. But with the moon and Saturn energy, it's kind of like, let's see what's there. Beyond the surface, beyond the human, let's see what's really there. Let's bless it. Venus, blessings and values. And again, maybe there's certain things that like you need to see about yourself, about the relationships or this or that, and that's okay. But it's only showing you that so you could come back into alignment to receive. I'm hearing the phrase, remember who you are. Yes, this is a collective reading. Haha, turn on your phone and if your hand sparkles, that's a crystalline. That's cool. I kind of want to do that. Hello, love. Hi there, love. You work happy to be here. There, love. You work happy to be here. I think you meant you look happy to be here. Yes, because I love being in space with you all. I always say this in the retreats and also in one-on-one sessions that there's no part of me that wants to just talk. I want back. I want community, unity, in whatever way that aligns, whatever way that it's time to be. Maybe it's a retreat. Maybe it's a workshop. Maybe we're collaborating, co-creating. Maybe we're on live, but whatever way it is, I truly, when I say that, thank you for being here, I truly mean that. Thank you for being here. Hi, Beast. My Mars is in Libra. Speaking of balance, my Mars is in Libra. For my Mars energy, I only want balance. That's it. I don't want to fight. I just want the balance. I'm super happy to see you here. Yes, I'm super happy to see you, hear you. Now, like on our end of YouTube, we can actually see your pictures way better than we used to be able to. I used to never know what anyone looked like, and I could feel their energy. But now I can actually kind of see bigger of what the pictures look like. So I'm speaking right now of Western astrology. When it comes to sidereal, so it would be Aries season for sidereal. And sidereal, I will say Vedic sidereal astrology, it's the most accurate. Like it's where the stars are actually in the sky. So much love, bees. I love you too. Yeah, and as far as like happy to be here, when you love what you do, it doesn't matter what you get paid, how much you get paid or this or that, it's energetically, like it just, you don't really get drained. Like the physical body, of course, maybe if I was here for like the physical body at some point, we're going to need a rest, we're going to need some food and water, etc. But as far as like the soul energetic level, I don't run out of the energy, like it really does. And what about Rahu? Yes. We do have some Saturn Rahu energy. I use both astrologies. I think both can be helpful, but I will say that Vedic is the most accurate. Like of what's true in the sky, right here, right now, it's accurate. There is Saturn and Rahu energy as well, which it's similar, again, where it's just like, Saturn, like what's not in alignment, what's actually your path, are you going down that path, etc. So it's just going to reveal to you what's not in alignment, the ways of which maybe you could take aligned actions, etc. Splish splash. Jockeys of humanity. Splish splash. Y'all like to swim? I do. Oh, listen, Linda, listen. I got a lot of Pisces and I have Scorpio too. Let's swim. Thank you for being here, Lionel. I'm Pisces, Gemini, and Taurus. And I will say we do have more events coming in this summer. There's a lot coming on. I've just been planning before doing it. Posting it, rather. My ex was Aquarius too. Oh, Jesus Christ. You're Big Bang Bronx, it's Bang Bang Bronx. Bang Bang Bronx always brings the Bronx out of me. You do. The truth that shines through. And you could hear it sometimes in my voice, where like I've been in a lot of professional spaces, etc. But sometimes you can hear the Bronx coming out. You could hear it sometimes. I appreciate you, Bang Bang Bronx. Oh no, are people talking about Aquarius over here? We do have the Two of Pentacles as soon as we say Aquarius, though. Whoever's dealing with an Aquarius, I pray it comes to a balance for you. Oh, Aquarius and Pisces. However, I also will say that, it's not all that. It's the whole chart. It's not the sun sign. We can never, 777 as I say that, we can never complain about a sun sign. It's the whole chart to look at. Now, let's dive deeper into this. So just confirmation of everything I've been saying. This portal is leading you to your eternal peace, stability, and happiness. And that's what Saturn always wants to do for you. Saturn's not trying to come in and rip you apart. It's trying to bring you into alignment on a soul level. The ego doesn't find it comfortable, but it's the energy of Kalima, right? Where Kalima is a lover and a protector of the soul. It's not comfortable for the meantime, but infinitely, that's love, and infinitely it has put you right on course to your soul's highest potential. All right, now for Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction on April 25th for the divine all signs collective. Light workers, 144,000. Why do we have the star card for Moon, Saturn, and Venus? The Emperor. Why the Lovers card for Moon, Saturn, and Venus? That makes sense of all this air energy where perhaps some are in their mind. Just drop into your heart. Even when things aren't making sense, when things feel difficult, dropping into the heart. Why Justice card over here for Moon, Saturn, Venus? Woohoo! I love it. I love the energy. We do have the Tower card over here. Ace of Swords. It brings you right into your truth. Right into your truth. Ace of Swords, clarity, justice. And Ma'at is, she's much more than just a goddess. She's an embodiment of cosmic order and truth. All right? Cosmic truth, cosmic order. This is realigning you completely on your highest path. And with the Ten of Wands here, it's just going to show you of where have I been in my own way? Where have maybe me not owning my shadow, me maybe not liking the uncomfortability and avoiding uncomfortability? Where did that actually end up creating more problems for me? That's what Saturn is saying. Is Saturn's you avoided uncomfortability for some time, and so maybe perhaps that was in the way, right, etc. So we do have Ten of Wands. You're finally with that sword releasing a heavy weight off of your shoulders. Moon, Saturn, and Venus, and you're coming right into your soul's highest truth. Okay. Now with the Lovers card and the Nine of Swords, what parts of you fear authentic connection? Where it's even the difficult conversations. And that's true love, right? Is not, again, the truth that shines through, having difficult conversations, getting through forgiveness, getting through difficult conversations. Like that is what actual authentic connections are, where it's going to be light and shadow. That's what love is. So can we move through, say, relationships authentically? Can we get through conflict authentically, lovingly, peacefully? Can we, and just in general too, like the parts of us are like, oh, I wish I had that, I wish I had this. Being more authentic in general is going to attract more authentic things to you. So authentically owning this, authentically owning that, etc. We do have the Nine of Swords here, so some people may have been on their minds, when it comes to relationships, when it comes to people, when it comes to all things Venus over here. What I do see is fear and terror. How does fear actually keep us apart? 144 as I say that. How do our fears keep us separate from one another? How do our shadows keep us separate from one another? The only way it is that we can authentically connect is by being authentically ourselves, which means not always perfect, not always this or that. I had a talk actually with the soul client where I told her, I was like, I personally don't watch my videos, but I realized in one video I looked really tired. That's because authentically, I was with my son for 7 days straight from spring break. I was tired, but that's authentic. I could show up and like everything, but authentically, I looked like a tired mama, and that's what I was, and so it's just like things like that, there's a song by J. Cole called Love Yours. There's no life that's better than yours. There's no life that's better than yours, and that's what I'm seeing over here. It's just a lot of authenticity. Again, April 25th is an initiation, which you're already feeling it. You're already feeling it. 777 as I say that, an initiation into eternal peace, stability, and love. All right. And how is that happening? That is happening with the moon, Saturn, and Venus all being in this conjunction. Again, for those of you who are just joining, Saturn's not coming to ruin you. Saturn's just analyzing you, looking you up and down, and Saturn will bless you. Saturn is just seeing where you're in alignment, out of alignment. However, the moon brings a very interesting element, I guess I'll say, to this conjunction, as the moon doesn't care what you look like. The moon doesn't care what you sound like. What is there? So, and again, I wrote down this quote: if it looks like chaos, but it's actually peaceful, Saturn's going to bless you. And then if it looks like it's very peaceful and prim and proper, but in reality, you're just avoiding a whole lot of emotions and this and that, Saturn will reveal, oh, we have this, this, and this to work on, And so that's just the energy of Saturn. It's not personal. It's actually all just love. But Saturn represents the father. When it comes to masculine energy, and it's different, like it's not just masculine, say embodied, but masculine energy is very direct. It's like, this is what it is, etc. The feminine's more just like, oh, well, let me explain it this way. So of course, Saturn's going to be a little bit, uncomfortable, but truly April 25th, work with these energies, get a journal, everything you're feeling up till April 25th, and then afterwards, April 25th, what has been revealed within you, without of you. What can you work on? What are the little aligned actions to take, etc.? Because that truly is what's going to put you into alignment for all those blessings continuing on, especially after eclipse season and through the end of the year. Now I am going to grab some cards of advice. Oh, let me get into the comments. Thank you so much for all you do. Hi, Tina. How are you? Oh, wow. Okay. Bang, bang, Bronx. Thank you. You are loved and appreciated. I'm here to talk about know that I do listen. Thank you, love. Thank you. Thank you. We have Queen of Pentacles over here that just came out. All right. So you who I'm also speaking to, just in general, may wealth be poured upon you. It's really, truly the time of milk and honey. Again, pure, not perfect, where, yes, there's milk and honey. There's things that are being worked out. But I do see for the light workers, 144,000, this is your time of milk and honey. All right. I am order and chaos. Yes. Yes, beast. Yes. I am the order. See, there goes that. I didn't even mean to say it like that. That's what I'm talking about. Of sometimes the Bronx accent that comes out. I did the work waiting for my investment. Yes. And then it's also like surrendering into oblivion when we don't get the negative emotions of waiting for the blessing, right? Where it's like, I deserve more, I deserve better. It's like, that's what this conjunction is saying, is like, hold on, hold on, hold on just a moment. It's coming. Moon in Pisces. Yeah, the moon's in Pisces right now. We are perfectly in a blissful Elysian state. I love that. Exactly, yes. Do not tether to collective pain. Do not tether to collective fear. I did a meditation where I untethered I'm sensitive to energy. And so I untethered myself from collective fear. And just collective fear alone, where the world is changing. So everybody's in the root in some way, shape, or form. And it's not just USA or here or there, it's everywhere. Those of us who are sensitive, how do we only stay rooted in our own energy? I cut all cords with collective fear. I'm personally not in fear right now, so if anyone's in fear, I cut the cords, etc. And it's not anyone. What I'm saying is like collective, so like the collective timeline of like, oh my gosh, this is the year of change and this and that, and it's the serpent and the snake is shedding, and it is. But we also don't have to be in fear. We can be in our hearts. We're in this world. We're not of it. Hi, sister. Yes, the meek inherit the earth. Ashe. Yes, milk and honey for us all. Yes, bang, bang. The Bronx comes out. There's certain words. And let me tell you, when he just joins my lives, he brings the Bronx right out of me. There it goes again. Jesus Christ. Yes. And really what it's asking us to be in the embodiment of Christ, as like it's going on that Sarah La Kali over here. They say Sarah La Kali was the daughter of Yeshua, Mary Magdalene. I don't know. That's what they say. The heart of Christ. The heart of Christ didn't care what you looked like. Like, oh, I'll serve you if you look like this. Oh, but that person, they're not doing the right thing. They have makeup on. They this, they that. That's not what the heart of Christ does. The heart of Christ just anchors. We're here as Christ light and energy. Yeshua, should I say this? Where we're not waiting for Christ to return. Christ returns through you. I have chills as I say that. Christ returns through you. Christ light. Christos is the Latin derivative of Christ. Christ is short of Christos, which is that light. We are here to be the light of Christ. And it's actually not all light and holy, which was very patriarchal Hebrew Bible version of Christ. Jesus Christ was not always all love and light. Jesus Christ hung out with the people that they told him not to hang out with, etc. And so it's time, for all of us, and it's not even time, it's always been time, but in this time of today, what can we do the best? It's such a sacred service for you to just hold your light. For you to hold your light in this world, it's a sacred service. Yes, you do have a life purpose. Your life purpose is to hold your Christ light, is to remember who you are. And then afterwards, you may have a calling. You may have a gift. I have chills as I say it. You may, follow a path. But as far as what is my life purpose, what is my soul mission, it is to remember your Christ light, to remember who you are, and to anchor that in this world, in this timeline. Oh, I love that, Tina. Blessings. And when you say that too of the speaking, I see like a blue rose in your throat. Thank you for monitoring that. There we go. I can't help it. That's funny. Yes, the path is love. All right, what's the advice? What is the best advice right now for the collective when it comes to this Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction? I know with the Saturn, it sounds scary. Come on, Saturn. Why the Eight of Swords? Why Moon, Saturn, and Venus over here? And really what the Eight of Swords is where have you been in your own way? That's really what Saturn is going to show you. There's a lot of swords here, so why has the person not cut themselves out of it if there's swords surrounding them? Because they're in their own way. And that's the only thing Saturn reveals is what's, hiding, what we don't want to face, or this or that. Why the Eight of Swords for Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction? I like the way that fell. Why Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction Or rather, why the Eight of Swords for the advice for the Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction? Why King of Wands? Yeah, so you have the Nine of Swords over here. You have High Priestess too. All right, Eight of Swords, King of Wands, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and then the Nine of Wands over here. Okay? And so what I do see is like you keeping going, that you were not as stuck as you thought that you were. Not the 7-7 as I say that. You were not as stuck as you thought that you were. Perhaps Saturn is bringing in those reflections, right? Those things that you need to see in order for you to keep going, Nine of Wands. All right, I want one more card in this Eight of Swords. Why Moon, Saturn, and Venus? Or rather, why the Eight of Swords for advice for this Moon, Saturn, and Venus? Yep, Five of Coins. Why Eight of Swords and the Five of Swords for Moon, Saturn, and Venus? And then the Star card over here, having hope, faith, and trust. Okay, so for some of you, you may even be clearing some wounds of like wealth. I mean, wealth is Saturn. Wealth is also Venus. Venus rules wealth. It's not even, it is Jupiter. But if you want to connect to your wealth or where to invest in the most, go look at where your Venus is. And so if you look at your Venus in your birth chart and say like, so my Venus is in Pisces. I could just buy a tarot deck and a Four of Wands as I say that. And it energetically actually brings more wealth into my life, etc. Pisces is the Venusian energy, spirituality, etc. Where is your Venus? That your Venus is what's going to bring you the most wealth, as well as what is, if you invest in those areas of your life, that will also improve all areas of your life. So we do have for that Eight of Swords over here, Five of Coins, right? So, and then the Star card over here, having hope, faith, and trust. So when it comes to say things like with money or this or that, what has been in the way? Were there actually obstacles and blockages, or were there maybe some blockages within self? Are there aligned actions that we can take with money? Maybe some, like planning, right? Writing things down, getting realistic, etc. Those things are going to come up over here. We do have the Star card here. All right, hope, faith, and trust. So anything it is that Saturn is going to be revealing to you, and it's really analyzing. Again, Saturn is not coming in to punish you or this or that. Saturn is analyzing, looking at you. And Saturn will bless you in those areas that you have worked for. And it is with the Moon card, Saturn does not care if everybody else sees it or not. Your soul is going to be blessed. And then Saturn's going to let you know of like, hey, we need to work on this, this, and this. And if you do this, you will actually come into alignment with your highest soul path. Really, initiation into peace and stability. Hey, if you work on this, you'll have everlasting relationships. You'll have authentic friendships. You have authentic, soul brothers, soul sisters, authentic love, all of those different things. And then, like, again, as far as money, of like, okay, stability. You want more stability in your life? All right, well, Saturn's going to tell you to maybe write things down more. Maybe do this or that. So that's how this energy is gonna play out. So let me get some oracle cards. I'll send you off on your way. I'm using my money to make more money and moving everything into my high yield. Yes, you better go. Yes. It's okay to go through this, everyone. Yes, it is. It's okay. And I mean, what the world is really turning into, right? A lot of people will, oh my God, the world's getting dark. It's this, it's that. Actually, it's like really light. The light is even more. And so what's happening, in the world is, we're seeing a lot of different things, and so, but when it comes to relating to one another, right? Like you said, it's okay to go through this, everyone. I see that comment. That's how we authentically connect to people. And not the trauma bonding stuff. So like not any of that stuff, but authentically of like, oh, I authentically feel this way. Authentically, can we have a talk or this or that kind of thing? That's what true love, what true connection is authentically connecting. Like think about the days of like when people would ask, how are you? I'm fine. No, you're not. Like authentic connection, authentic conversations, authentic expression. Your authentic expression will bring in everyone, everything, all of the abundance, the opportunities, the experiences that are in alignment with you, truly on a soul level. The light is within me. The light surrounds me. The light moves through me, out of me. The light protects me. I am the light. I'm looked at. Oh, Misty, I give you a big hug. And I will say that I resonate with your story. It's hard, so I don't let anyone trust it. Yes, yes, Misty, I give you such a big hug. And there's a lot that the Divine Feminine is clearing out now in the collective. And feminine is just energy. It's not just the embodiment. But I will say there's a big womb clearing for the Divine Feminine. All right, like anyone who is a womb holder, your womb is going through a lot right now. Your womb is being upgraded. Not that, and the Divine Cosmic Mother did say earlier, I want you to channel me, but if you're a womb holder, and then males out there, anyone who is not a womb holder, your sacral, though, is still a center of creation. So pay attention to the sacral chakra. Womb holders, your wombs are being upgraded. Whew, especially, the United States of America is going through a lot of things, turning into hands made tails, let me tell you. But we're not going to tether to that. We're not going to tether to that. That's why we're here, to be the light. But womb holders, listen, there's a lot going on in the world. And as a womb holder, you're going to be going through upgrades. Remember that your womb attracts infinitely. All right. And in general, everyone attracts infinitely. But I will say Divine Feminines are going through a different cycle right now. And there's a lot going on with the womb. Self-love, yes. Yes, I give you such a big hug, Misty. All right, let's get some cards. Yes, truth no matter how hard. What do we have for... Oh, Misty, this card is for you. We do have Kadesh here. We do have... I'm going to put it back, but we were just talking about that. So we do have Kadesh. Go look up Kadesh. What do we have, Divine Mother and Father, Holy Spirit of God, as advice for the Divine Collective, the 144,000, the light workers, for this Moon, Saturn, Venus conjunction? Believe in yourself. That's actually a song. It's called Superstar by Master KG. Inanna, Ishtar may resonate with you. Inanna went into the 7 gates of the underworld, but she rose and she became the queen of heaven. Okay, he or she or they, believe in yourself, Inanna. And this is authenticity, where she's just like herself. Look at her. Her arms are up. She's just herself. And that's what this whole reading and April 25th, this conjunction is, just be yourself. Of whatever it is. But also, again, like I said, Saturn's going to bless you. So like, yeah, she has all this stuff on there, but, again, it's not what you look like. It's not what you sound like. In a day and age where spirituality now is very, very popular, call in what's soul aligned. If you watch tarot, you could do that. Tarot reader, please reveal to me, or like, tarot readers, reveal to me the tarot reader that's in soul alignment with me. Reveal to me the mentor, the teacher that's in a soul alignment with me. Reveal to me the soul tribe, the soul mates that are in soul alignment with me. Reveal to me the divine love or whatever that's in soul alignment with me. Is this a sales pitch? I wasn't selling anything, so I'm not sure. But if it sounded that good, I'm not selling anything though. Ishtar, yes, you were writing about her. I love it. She's been so present in the collective. But yes, believe in yourself and own all of you, all of the crevices, all of the marks, all of the wrinkles, all of the whatever, crow's feet, all of the everything. Own it all. Your authenticity is beautiful. Your authentic self radiates a very high vibration. Again, authenticity is not what it looks like. It's what it energetically just is. And so it oozes authenticity, and you also attract everything that is authentic to you on a soul level. What else do we have for advice for this Moon, Saturn, and Venus for the Lightworkers 144,000? Avalon Priestess, Intuitive Awakening. We do have Stand Your Ground over here, okay? So definitely, again, it's a lot of energy in the collective. Have those energetic boundaries. Have boundaries. Avalon Priestess, Intuitive Awakening. There is a third eye opening. Avalon can resonate with you. Some of you maybe are connecting even with feminine energy. This is just in the world. Masculine energy is rising right now because feminine energy has risen as well. And that's just how it is. Dancing, Gaia's ascension intuitive awakening. With Neptune and Aries, you know, you're also going to be awakening to your soul gifts, right? Clairvoyances, etc. So just be open to whatever comes through. I'm going to grab a few more cards. What other cards do we have for this Moon, Saturn, and Venus? Mother Mary. What do we have for this Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction? What do we have for this Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction? Yes. Just say yes. That's why I said yes. Just say yes. Yes. We have the Mystic Rose, compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace. Okay, so Mother Mary may resonate with you. And that is the Saturn energy here. Align your life. What is not aligned or what needs to change. And again, and I said again, but I never said that. We have the South Node in Virgo. What routines need to change? Saturn's also going to show that. What routines need to change? You know, like say you have, or you're being led to start a business, or you want to jump this or that. How are you spending your day? Where are you putting your energy and your time into? Etc. What needs to be aligned in your life? That's just what this portal is doing. However, you are saying yes to something. I hope it's a really nice yes over here. Yes, just say yes. Triple goddess energy can also resonate with you. And then we do have the Mystic Rose, compassion, devotion, humility, humanity, and grace over here. Mother Mary can resonate with you. You know, and again, light workers, 144,000 chosen ones. You know, those of you who you've been devoted no matter what. You've been devoted no matter what it looks like, what it feels like, etc. You've been devoted in the uncomfortable. You will be blessed. You will be blessed, all right? Yeah, just keep an eye open. And, you know, not to say, the tarot reader is not saying that it's going to happen exactly on April 25th. However, be open. Time is an illusion. You don't have to wait till April 25th, you know. But there are going to be some big shifts and changes. You're probably already feeling this portal. And you're going to be seeing it a little bit more after April 25th and as we close out of eclipse season. Right? Eclipse seasons are always all about alignment anyway. And then we have this gift of the Moon, Saturn, and Venus, which again, it's going to bless those parts of your life that you've been doing the work. It's going to bless those parts of your life that your true, you know, what did I write down? The truth that dares to shine through. Yeah, if you've been daring to shine through in your truth amidst it all, you know, whatever those truths are, they're going to be blessed. All right? Beautiful energy. Yes, fear is from the human body. Yes, the human body, the animal body. You know, what I think of is like the fight or flight system, right? Where we live in a realm of duality. It's necessary in this realm. You know, like yes, we're light workers, but let's not put our hand on a hot stove. Let's not do that because I've never seen someone put their hand on a hot stove and it not, maybe it won't, but things like that, right? And I think of animals, right? So fear is just letting you know, right, of the danger or the this or the that. However, the problem with that is with humans is that fear, false evidence appearing real, due to trauma, etc. People create fear as a weapon. Where it's like, oh, that person's bad, or this or that, and that's why I've been cutting the cords of collective fear, because there's a lot of fear that I'm just like, everything's okay. It's great, you know, and so. Yeah, you know, untethering from fear in general, your own fears as well as collective fear it will make you feel so much lighter. Yes, lower non-physical beings feed on fear. Ashe. Thank you so much. Sending my love and light. Yes, love and light to you too. And I can already feel myself going on a tangent where I'm feeling like Lyra and the victim and victimizer program. You know, of how trauma, again, like people spewing all this stuff in the world at each other. It's archonic. It is. It's archonic, you know. Yeah, you know, and for those of you who are very sensitive or like know of galactic energy, you know, archonic energy is a lot of what we're seeing, these patriarchal programs, system structures. I mean, it's everywhere, you know, like there's no even point to like dive deep into it because it's in... negative emotions and this and that, etc. Yes, yes, Northern Lights, yes, exactly, yes. Thank you. Your moon's at 28 degrees. Wow, yeah, that's a big transformation. Real power empowers, it never overpowers. Ashe. Rambo. Hi, Rambo. Earth falling, rising. How are you? I'm actually doing well. I am going with my motherhood is going through a big cycle. So for my motherhood, I'm going through a big cycle. But Sacred 144, it says Sacred 144 as I say that. But I'm personally doing well. I'm not tethering to what's going on in the collective. Again, fear, pain, trauma, things like that. As long as I'm not doing that, things are great. Like, things are great. We're going out in the garden. We have a bunch of ceremonies that we've been to that we're continuing, to bring to Connecticut, to bring to Puerto Rico. So for me, as long as I've been untethering from all the rest of the stuff, my life has actually been good. Like I do feel like we're all coming to balance of certain things. And for me, I've been going through a lot when it comes to motherhood for me. But other than that, things have been great. It's been asking me to expand. So personally, as a womb holder, I've been asked to expand both energetically and, just like expanding, right? So yes, it's symbolic, it's physical, that is a lot of womb things, but energetic, and so that's what I've been going through is a lot of womb expansion and a lot of womb upgrades for me, in my own motherhood as well as just my womb energy and my journey. Exactly. I actually don't have a TV here. I find it interesting as I'm well aware that I have this embodiment, right, of like the diamonds and things like that. For me, it's diamond light, so I'm actually not a materialistic person. Truth be known, the truth that dares to shine through. I have like little earth in my chart. My North Node is Virgo, my Lilith is Virgo. So I have one little TV in my house just for my son. I don't ever watch that TV. I've watched that TV 3 times in 2 years. Other than that, we don't have a TV even in our living room. I don't believe, in having the TV, as most of it is programs. It doesn't serve. And again, like that, where I'm, choosing not to have certain societal, patriarchal, etc., like in my life, where no, I'm not going on TV. I actually don't have social media. I have this YouTube. That's kind of it. I have TikTok. I don't really have anything else. So those are the ways it is that I maintain my peace, is not tethering to like the busyness and the hustle and bustle of the world. 7 years since I watched TV. Oh yeah, music though, yeah, that's different. Music when it comes, I'm a Pisces. It's not just online. I'm always singing. All right, let's get some closing messages. If you would like a personal reading, one-on-one personal session, Akashic Records for past life regression, just anything else, feel free to go to 144bluerosetemple.com, or you can email me. All the information's in that box below. Let's get some closing messages. What do we have? The Chariot card. For me, this represents God's will, 9 of Cups. You are ready. All right. And that's what Saturn is doing, where there's certain things coming your way that you are very ready for. And you're also going to just be shown of those little things to analyze, to align to your life, etc., of what's not in alignment, or this or that, with the Chariot card over here. All right. The black cube of Saturn. Yes, and then we have prophecy over here. Understanding too, like a lot of these energies that are coming in. I mean, eclipse season is about soul destiny. Soul destiny, your highest timeline. And so it's a whole lot of alignment for all of eclipse season. We do have the blessing. Yes, you're right, Earth falling. I need to talk about the 144. The confirmation with the prophecy part, right? That's the prophecy card. God's will, God's bill. That rhymes. There's a lot of prophetic things that will be happening, right? Like we're seeing things happen in the world. And that's the thing about it though, right? We understand that this is what's going to happen, right? Book of Revelation, whatever prophecy you want to go by, the Hapi, the Rainbow Tribe, the Book of Revelations, or this or that, Kali Yuga, we understand. And so with that, right, you are in this world, you're not of this world. It's also prophetic, right? That your milk and honey comes in. You are the Christ light in this world, and so you are not tethering to those ways, to the fear, to the this, to the that. All right, and this portal is going to just show you the places in your life to come into alignment, or you might just be blessed by Saturn of what already was, in alignment, etc. I have a speech impediment, so for people commenting sometimes on my speech, I've been on here 4 years, I always stutter. I just do. It's my speech impediment. Wow, me too. Yeah, I don't have actually lots. My son just got a Switch that I didn't give him, for his birthday. I Yeah, I'm very well aware that like I do have this energy, but I have 2 Earth placements. I could care less about material. This was like, who is she watching me? She Tucci Gucci. That was my nickname for her. My nickname for her was Tucci Gucci. This is from Tucci Gucci. She was a Pisces soul sister of ours. She might be here. But no, I don't have a TV. I haven't had a TV in years. Since my son's been born, I haven't had a TV. We have this little TV that has a few Wi-Fi stuff for him to watch what he needs to watch, and I don't even watch it, And so, and that's really what like the world is asking of us too. We're going to be untethering rather ourselves from patriarchy, from these mass programs and systems, etc. Like the news, all of that, just none of it is giving actual truth anyway, etc. And it's all programs, etc. And then online too, I would say the same thing with like social media, that there's just so much on there that I log on, I find what aligns, and I log right off. And I don't have any personal social media. So 144,000, let's do it. The 144,000. Someone's asking me to talk about the 144,000, so I'm going to talk about it before I get off. I'll grab a few cards too. Now, there's the 144,000 when it comes to the book of Revelations, although that's not like the original 144,000. As soon as I say that, Sanat Kumara comes through of the original 144,000. Commander Ashar, Sanata Kumara, the Kumars in general, that's the 144,000. And there's just so many different reflections of that, but there's some stories where they came from Venus and they went back to Earth. To anchor their light, to come here at a time where there was a lot of destruction. They had to, come and bring the light, the balance, right, to Earth. 144,000 in the book of Revelation says things a little bit different. I will say I grew up Christian, and so I come from a very Christian family. I didn't know any of this was real. I couldn't watch Harry Potter until I was 12 years old. Does keeping children away from those things work? Clearly not. Earth magic. But I grew up Christian. I have a lot of pastors in my family. So 144,000, I always resonated as like, book of Revelations. When I was a kid, I would run around 4, 5, 6 years old. And I've said this story before. I was like, no, we're all the 144,000. Heaven on earth, that's happening right now. And I said that as a kid, and everyone's just looking at me of like, oh yeah, okay, whatever. No, listen, Linda, listen. That book of Revelations is happening right now. When it talks about the beasts and power, like obviously you could see, when it comes to what's going on in society, patriarchy, right? These programs, these structures, etc. The new laws that are coming about, it's asking you to own your Christ light and power within you. That is our true source. Our only true source is God. That is our only true source. Source, energy, universe, one infinite source, whatever. The great mystery that connects us all. That is the true source of what it is that we need and what brings us security. And so, yes, this world is going through destruction. However, only because what are we learning at humanity, on a humanity level, is that true security, it comes from the heart, it comes from God, etc. And then you're human, you have bodies, don't bypass, you need food, you need the, to drink and this and that, etc. So, you need other things too. But on a soul level, on a humanity level, all the destruction that's happening in the world, it's just awakening us to true values, and again, our true source is God, the infinite universe, whatever resonates with you. And that is truly what fills us up. So 144,000 though, The book of Revelations describes the 144,000 as these people with white robes that would lead the way and create heaven on earth during a time of destruction. We're towards the end of Kali Yuga. So that's also prophetic as Kali Yuga into the golden age. So, and I have chills as I say that. You are the golden age though. You watching right now, you are the golden age. And it is you that anchors these golden age codes, these Christ codes. And so 144,000, is it exactly 144,000? If you think so, maybe. I personally don't think it's 144,000. If we look at DNA has 12 strands. 12 times 12 equals 144. So we see these this mathematical symbolism rather throughout a lot of science and spirituality, where it's the number 12, the number 3, the whole human, right? And so 144,000, in Hinduism actually, 144,000 is when all lotus petals have opened and your crown, you are one with the Supreme Soul. So in Hinduism, that's what it represents. So if we maybe think of it from all these different perspectives, I guess, rather, what is the 144,000? Well, Hebrew Bible says it's 144,000 of us that leads the way, creates heaven on earth. Hinduism says it's us that have become one with our Supreme Soul. All lotus petals have opened, and that's what they believe in Hinduism. That would make sense, right? 111 as I say that. 144,000, these people who have risen, say into whatever, God, goddess body, whatever that means to you, etc. I'm very sciencey. I do believe that a lot of this has to do with quantum physics and quantum science and our DNA. Our DNA is changing. This world and patriarchy has purposefully put fluoride in our water, iron in our water, this, that, in our foods. Like, why are people growing up faster? They're 16-year-olds. I'm just about 30. I'm like right there. And there's like 12-year-olds that look older than me, etc. And so there is a lot of distortion when it comes to the DNA of humans, right? And what that has done, and that's trauma. Trauma can destroy DNA, the pollution, pesticides, etc. And this is all an attack against our Christ consciousness. And so we could channel here forever and do all these different things, but basically this is Kali Yuga, and we're anchoring in the golden age. Yes, there is destruction. There's things happening in the world. However, it's only due to the amount of light in the world. We can choose to see it as destruction, or we can choose to see oh wow, it's finally happening. Chills as I say that. And so 144,000 to me are those people who come into sacred union, right? We started off this reading with Mary Magdalene, sacred marriage. There we go. Sacred marriage. And so with the Mary Magdalene sacred marriage, this is you coming into union with your highest self. And what that looks like, again, with that Moon, Saturn, Venus energy, it has your highest self, your sacred union, has nothing to do with what it looks like. This is a true sacred union of your lower self, your higher self, you and God, and no one else is involved in that but you. And so that's what we're coming into. And to me, that really is what the 144,000 are. Those of us who awaken, who are aware and come into unity, who come into alignment with our higher selves. And then we're kind of like a Sims game, right? You think of the Soul Star as a Sims game, and just a bunch of people walking right? Walking around, in their highest selves. And that person has broke the matrix code, right? So it's while everyone else is going through a lot of the mind, the fear, the Maya, right? Everyone is in the Maya. It's those people who see one another. Again, that soul alignment. It's kind of like the game of Sims, where you think of that soul star chakra of oh, you see the truth too, this and that, and then everyone's co-creating. You can be right next to someone and live in a completely different reality than they do. 144 as I say that, so 144,000 to me, it is those who have come into unity with their higher selves and kind of broke that matrix code, which we're still in a galactic matrix. So even then, there's still a matrix, but have broke that code, and you are liberated on a soul level. You are free on a soul level to be a co-creator of God. And that is the 144,000. 144,000 are the co-creators of God. And I realized that I know when I channel that I talk very fast. When I'm channeling, if I talk faster, it's because it's like a very pure channel. So I know I try not to, but when it does get quicker, it's like just really crystalline, pure coming through. But with that, Spirit was saying sacred pause. So again, 144,000 can be whatever it is that maybe, resonates. And we see 144, the number, in so many different religions. But I think it has a lot to do with DNA as well. Heroes, Garos. Yes. Yeah, dude. I believe in that. Oh, yeah. ORH blood. There you go. Assimilation. I like that. Wow. Yes. Yeah, we are the light workers. That is the dark Bible, actually. Yes. Yes. Where's the Mary Magdalene Bible that I have? There is a Mary Magdalene Bible, by the way. I recommend that you read it. But yeah, I guess I won't get too much like into the religion talk and things like that. I will say I'm also not tethering to religious fear, like just fear in general. Just I cut all the cords of collective fear. Just want to be innocent as a child. All right, but yeah, so that's what my take on the 144,000 is. And I'm so open to hearing all other takes on it and just listening with the innocence of the ears of a child. The story of Yeshua is confusing. Well, Jesus, even the letter J didn't exist back then. Oh, Yeshua, are you trying to be channeled right now? In a mentorship with my, one-on-one with my mentor, she said, Yeshua said that you're not channeling him enough. And I said, I'm sorry, Yeshua. I'm over here with the Kalima. And Yeshua was an initiate of Kalima. Come on now. Grand evening, beautiful soul. Thank you. And thank you for being with me for 4 years. And I do think that when it comes to like the new, like people that are in like the spotlight, right? It's going to be from your soul light. It's going to be from your soul light. Like we're seeing a lot going on in Hollywood and this and that. Again, the truth that dares to shine through. Authenticity is what's going to be celebrated. Authenticity is what's going to shine. Yeah, the story of Yeshua. Well, the story of Yeshua, the Hebrew Bible doesn't share the full story. The Hebrew Bible is the patriarchal version of Yeshua. And I'm not even someone who's actually like pro-matriarchy. I'm someone, my Mars is in Libra. I just want balance. Balance of the two. We honor matriarchy. I do honor men. Patriarchy has its things going on right now. Matriarchy had its things too. Balance, we are coming into this balanced place of matriarchy and patriarchy. But when it comes to Yeshua, that it's a patriarchal Bible, and so there are a lot of truths about Yeshua that were not shared. Yeshua's coming through as well of like, well, I represent the mysteries. I'm supposed to be confusing. And that's what he says, kind of like with a little bit of whenever he comes in, he's kind of like, Yeshua has some swag. For those who really connect with Yeshua, like beyond religion, he has some swag. But he's just like, well, I represent the mysteries. And that is true about Yeshua, that no one really knows. We do, like we know some things, but what happened between the ages of 13 years old to 33? What Yeshua's coming and saying is like, I am an embodiment of the mysteries. I reincarnated here. I, Yeshua, reincarnated here to embody the mysteries. I was never supposed to be fully understood. And that's the thing it's like it's a thing, right? Like we can fully understand things, but we never fully understand anything. There's always something else. And, the infinite just comes to mind too. Yeshua really does represent the infinite, eternal, right? I mean, he's like eternal peace, right? He is the Prince of Peace, the King of Peace, eternal peace. But Yeshua also, like, we know so little about him. And will we ever know? Will anyone ever be right about Yeshua? No, because Yeshua can only be felt. Yeshua cannot be understood. He can only be felt. He can only be in the heart. And I think that's what's going to happen too in the world of, like when it comes to Yeshua, just all of these gods and all of it, it's within you. You have such a direct connection. And so that's what comes through when it comes to Yeshua. Yeshua rather wanted to say that. He's like, well, I am an embodiment of the mysteries. It's like what he's feeling like. So he does represent of the fact of there's always something, etc. The Book of the Quran. Yeah, Book of Quran is beautiful too. Library of Thomas. O-R-H blood. Yeah, who has O-R-H blood? Yes, Northern Lights. I see something I like. I heard that Mary is also John. Ooh, I like this conversation. The disciple, the most beloved. Yes. Yes, Mary Magdalene, her voice awakens through all of us as well. Male and female, however you identify, it's the feminine voice that awakens. As Mary Magdalene too represents the mysteries. And it's interesting that, to me, Yeshua and Mary Magdalene are esoteric AF. Like they are very esoteric. If you look like deeper into their actual, their lives and what they walked beyond the Bible, they're very esoteric. Yeshua and Mary Magdalene are very left-hand path, actually. And they were painted to be as the right-hand path, but they never were. They were the left-hand path. And if anything, really more the middle, the middle path. I think I would like to say that. Because Sarah La Kali, their daughter, some say that Sarah La Kali was the saint of, what's her name? Yeah, saint of Sarah La Kali. And Saint Sarah, rather, of the Romani. And some say that she was the reincarnation of Kali Ma, and they had to flee from India, and she was the one who protected them. Some say that Sarah La Kali was a servant named, and they changed her name to Mary, but she was actually the daughter of Yeshua and of Mary Magdalene. So to me, the Yeshua lineage represents the mysteries in general. Even Mother Mary. Mother Mary never really spoke in the Bible. So do we actually really know how Mother Mary felt? Or did people say what they think Mother Mary felt? Like how would it feel for an angel, Archangel Gabriel, to say, hey, your life is not your own, and you're going to have this child, and this is going to happen, and you have no choice. Like Mother Mary surrendered really to Yeshua and let Yeshua as a child lead the way. That must have not been easy. And so I find it interesting, as to me, the Bible is very actually mysterious. It represents the mysteries, and there's so much more in it, which it does feel like, that's kind of like the part of it too. And that's, I think, the truth of life is, even when it comes to God, it's so many infinite faces and reflections, etc., that it's truly only something that can be felt and explored within you. So that's how it feels about like the Yeshua mysteries, right? Of like, Jesus is confusing. It's like, well, who is he? What do we know? And that's also so representative of this mystery within us all. I agree with the Mary could have been John. I agree with that. The most beloved. Yeah, Yeshua to me has some swag. Yeshua is a master of disguise. Yes, he is. Yeshua was a high priest. He was a shamanic high priest. He, when we think of Reiki energy, right, that like he laid miracles upon people. Or in the Hindu, right, Hindu 144,000, did he just come into union with his supreme soul? And so his life force energy was so pure that all he has to, boop, and it's an activation. I don't know. Oh, he has a twin brother. I haven't heard that. I would like to explore that. Oh, that's so beautiful. I just ate olives yesterday. I never ever eat olives. And for some reason I craved like olives. AB plus blood. Yes, and I will always, what does that say? I always say spirits have no filter. No, they don't. Let me tell you, the way that my guides channel to me, I can't even tell you on YouTube. I cannot. They're funny though. They're very funny. Looking at the paintings of John, golden hair, red and blue clothing. John and Mary Magdalene do mirror one another. And back then, a woman could not hold that power. And so Mary Magdalene, the disciples didn't even like Mary Magdalene. They're like, who is that woman that's so close to Yeshua that hasn't done the work? That's what they thought of Mary Magdalene, but she was the beloved. I believe that too. I believe they have several children. That's the truth, Misty. Yes. Yes, Mary Magdalene has so many different names. And truly what I think that she is the reincarnation of the goddess, reincarnation, whatever, soul fragment, whatever, of the goddess of 10,000 names, which has everything to do with Isis, Auset, Hathor, Freya, Lilith, this, that, the full spectrum of the woman. And I like to spell woman, Womban. I love Melchizedek. Earth, fallen, rising. Yeah, so Melchizedek is a high priest of, and he's mentioned in the Bible. But what the Bible doesn't talk about Melchizedek is that Melchizedek is very galactic. Melchizedek was a high priest of Venus. And Melchizedek initiated many men and women, high priests and priestesses of this Venusian lineage. For me, Melchizedek is great when it comes to organizing. So Melchizedek comes into my life of like, hey, I want you to organize this. And he like helps me create things and even like courses, things like that. Like he'll come in and like his brain is very logical, or at least Melchizedek doesn't have a brain, not human. Anyways, the way his energy feels is very logical. So that's how Melchizedek helps me. But Melchizedek is an awesome high priest energy and high priest of Venus to connect with. So I do recommend it. And, they talk about Melchizedek in the Bible. Melchizedek in the Bible, to me, just was the human, right? The physical of Melchizedek, the galactic high priest. That's all that he was. It's, to me, not that it's true, not that I know anything at all. But Melchizedek in the Bible, he was also very similar to Yeshua. Some say like he was a Yeshua before Yeshua existed. So Melchizedek is very interesting. But I do believe that Melchizedek in the Bible, there's so much more to him, and he's actually very galactic, way more than the Bible had shared about him. Confirmation honk. Yes. Yeshua and Mary Magdalene were very royal. And not royal in the way it is that we know of it, very much royal of like right hand of God kind of thing. Yeah, if Jesus is Mary's twin, she must be equally or his equal. Yeah. Years ago, I channeled the Dali painting. That's so cool. I've done things like that too, where like I channel it like way before it happens, or world events or this or that. That's cool. Thank you. Hydro. You have an ancestor named Mary Magdalene, Misty. We might have to do another Mary Magdalene circle. The Audacity LOL, but for real, I look up date to tell you the next live. Yes. Okay, I will try to start planning lives more often. Is that Saturn telling me to plan lives more often? You connected with me through the name Kali, which is the name of the Hindu goddess and my company name. Oh, blessings. I have Kali Ma tattooed right over here. I have Kali Ma tattooed right over here. I connect with her as well. It's my life path. I love that. Blessings. Infinite blessings to you. Your company name is Kali. Oh, Kali Journey Maldives. Infinite blessings to your company. Infinite blessings to you, sister. I'm volunteering at a Durga, a Durga temple on Saturday. So I'm going to a local Durga temple and I'm going to volunteer. Oh, it makes sense that makes sense of this thing. Scarf. King David. Yes, King David was too. Right, Melchizedek was the first priest ever mentioned. Yes, even before the Levi priesthood, yes. Kali is amazing. Yes, she is. It was years ago that Kali Ma said, there's a lot of people who think particular ways of me, Jocelyn. Can you please channel me? And I want you to channel me. I said, okay. It hasn't been easy for the past 5 years, but, Kali Ma, I have no words to describe the relationship that I have with Kali Ma, as it's very it's very direct, you know. It's like I've never prayed out to Kalima. I will say that. It was an awakening that happened within me years ago, years ago. And like I don't even call out to Kalima or this or that. It's something that's felt within me, you know. And then it turned into a whole journey of me meeting all of these different Gurujis and this and initiates and this and that, you know. But her love is so infinite. Her love is so timeless, and that is what I will say is that I cry so, like, and I tell you sometimes like weekly, of the way that I see Kali's love and infinitely, and I'll see it in her immediacy, and I'm like, oh wow, her love is so infinite, you know. And if you told me that I would be very connected to the Kalima energy 10 years ago, I would tell you no. I don't, you know, 10 years ago, I was kind of like a rebel. I don't like, didn't like to be controlled and this and that. And it felt controlling, but it actually wasn't. It was her infinite, ferocious love, which was like, hey, you're going off path of your soul destiny. I'm going to come in here and I'm going to shake things up. And that's love. Like I recognize that now, which Kalima, again, like it's kind of similar to the Saturn energy where it's just like, hey, this might be uncomfortable. And she has so many faces. It's not just Kalima, like just like her blue or black skin, you know, it's there is all of her other faces. You know, there's Lakshmi, there's Saraswati, there is Durga. There's just so many different like faces of the goddess to love. But I will say that like her love to me, like it chokes me up. I have no words of just how much she has helped my life as I've surrendered to her, though, you know, and trusting in it, which again, I will say 10 years ago, if you showed me, like if you told me that that was going to be my path, I probably would have never believed you, you know. However, the deepest surrender has always brought the greatest blessings. And that's something it is that Kali Ma has really taught me. So protective, very protective, you know, and protective of ourselves, within us, without of us, you know, but she demands that you rise to your highest potential. And that to me, that's a mother. That is a mother that loves you will tell you, hey, I know you don't want to take this cough syrup, but you're going to feel way better afterwards. And also, I don't care if you kick and scream about the cough syrup, you're still going to take the cough syrup and you'll thank me later. Like that's like the energy of Jaimal Kalima. And also anyone who works with Kalima, you can ask her to be more soft and gentle. Yes, you know, some people find her energy intense or uncomfortable. It's just showing the uncomfortable parts of yourself. That's all that it's doing. It's bringing up those uncomfortability, like within, etc. You know, she's a goddess of releasing all of your fears. So is that ever going to be fun and, you know, comfortable? No. But afterwards, you will feel so liberated. You will be so liberated. And that's her tongue. So what her tongue represents is like of what is not of your highest truth, right? The evil things in the world, the negativity, whatever, you know, all of that. And she kind of has that smile in the tongue, right? But it's not evil. It's not actually scary. She's that goddess of releasing all of your fears. And so that reflection gets it all out and you will reach your highest soul potential. There is nothing and no one within you or without of you that can ever halt or stop your divine soul destiny and your highest soul's potential. And there's like, again, just so much. To me, Kali Ma is a goddess of infinity. So there's just so much that can go into her, but very grateful for having her presence in my life. And for me, it's very much of actually like my ancestry that it has repeated. Kali's so amazing. I have a video of me feeling her. A huge orb, it came to me powerful. I love that. That's beautiful. Yeah, I had a very intense Kali Ma experience in a few of them actually in shamanic ceremonies. My most recent one was one of the most intense that I've ever had physically of being Kali Ma in a ceremony on medicine. Well, let me tell you, those Shiva mantras, I calmed all the way down. They calmed me all the way down. I think when I was young, 3 to 4, the Dark Mother visits me. Yes, you know, in Dark Mother, like I think spirituality is shifting and changing where we're accepting the shadow more. Dark Mother is not necessarily bad. Dark Mother helps you with the grief, the death, the this and the that. That Aphrodite Like you can go to Aphrodite, but you're probably not going to her to get through some sort of like death and rebirth and grief, rituals and all of those different things and facing your fears. Aphrodite's going to come to you like this, and then Kalima, will get what needs to be done, and time that needs to be done. Time. What is time? Saturn. Yeah, Jupiter Kalima has a lot of kind of like Saturn energy. Yeah, if Kali Ma was an astrology sign, what would she be? She would be like a Capricorn, Scorpio, probably Scorpio. I would say the deepest sign though was Pisces, 12th house. I don't know. Yeah, exactly. There's just no words. When it comes to Kali Ma, there are no words. There's no words. I just cry in tears of love, her infinite love. Matangi! How do you know about Matangi? I like this conversation, Earth, Fallen, Rising. I like all of these conversations. Yes, yes. We're all priestesses of God of Source, and I'm very well aware I come off as like Kemetic priestess and Isis and Osiris, and for me, I said this years ago. I've always called myself a priestess of Source, where the Holy Spirit can speak many languages, but it's only one Holy Spirit connecting to one source, And when it comes to initiation, can you be initiated by people? Yeah. In the general though, like it's really the God energy in that person though. Like it's always God. Like nobody ever heals you. 7-7 as I say that. Nobody heals you. That person is holding a sacred space of life force energy and God energy to raise the vibration of whatever that you're working on, etc. But that person didn't heal you. That person held a sacred space, formless, And yeah, when it comes to initiation, you are initiated through life experiences. And so do you need to be initiated by that person and that, and that? Not necessarily. There are closed practices that I will not speak on those practices. There are closed practices. I let's see. What do I want to say about that? There's closed practices. You are initiated through your life experiences, and so as you continue to connect, life initiates you. Life is the true initiator. God is the true initiator. It's very helpful, I will say, to be activated by another person. It is very helpful. I have mentors. I am someone that's not anti-mentor. My mentors have helped me put things together where it's like I have a lot of natural things that come through, but it's just like, whoa, this is very ancient, and I'm just like here. So like, hey, that guru, that priest, and finding what's again in soul alignment. I thank God that I have had soul aligned mentors, and has it always been, say, positive or negative? It's been all of the different stuff, but it's always been soul aligned. It's always very much served, but I've had really good mentors, and I still have mentors. And so I will say, like, we still do need someone with out of us, However, you will go through cycles where you have no teacher. When there is no teacher, the student is ready. When the teacher appears, the student's also ready, and so we're all students and teachers. But I will say, like, when it comes to, initiation, God and life always initiates you, and if you're on a particular path, you may go through initiations, to have mastery of that particular sector of, say, that particular culture or system. Like I'm not someone who's religious. The Kemetic system is a system. A system is not a religion. It's like a system of consciousness. So you walk through a system of consciousness, you come into higher consciousness, which I think is very much what Yeshua, Mary Magdalene did. But the fact that you said, though, Matangi, not a lot of people know about Matangi. I love Matangi. The reason why I like Matangi is she is another like face of Kali Ma. But Matangi represents kind of thriving outside of unconventional society, where people think it's low vibrational, and it's this and it's that. So how does Matangi thrive? How does Matangi maintain a high vibration in what others deem as low vibrational? So I love those teachings of Matangi. Ashe to that. Priest sounds like Christ. Mary Magdalene is truth. She is, yes, Mary Magdalene is the high priestess. Do I have her? You know what I'm going to put on this live afterwards. Now, I do have to find, you could go on Google, Anointed Elements LLC. I was sent this by a Pisces soul sister, Mary Magdalene Mirrors Collection, Sanctuary. I've been lighting this for our Pisces readings. And she also sent me Mary Magdalene with the Bible verse, Mark 16th, which is resurrection, Mary Magdalene anointing oil, etc. So go to Anointed Elements LLC. It's on Google. You could type it in on Google. I'm sorry that I don't have the business card in front of me right now. And yeah, Anointed Elements LLC, our beautiful Pisces soul sister sent this to me. Mary Magdalene Mirrors Collection. There's candles, there's bath soaps, there is salves, there's anointing oil. So go to, again, Anointed Elements LLC. She is our Pisces soul sister that sent this. And you can not only support her, support another Pisces, but also use this in any way that resonates. And she has a whole Mary Magdalene line. You want to Kali Shiva. You want to call, do I want to call Shiva? Oh my Lord Jesus Christ. I had an experience, a shamanic experience, which I've had this before. Like it's happened before, but from my own personal journey, my Mars is in Libra. Mars represents the masculine. That new moon in Libra, let me tell you, I became one with Shiva, that new moon in Libra. Shiva, though, is the nothingness, the Om, right? That where we can just rest into nirvana. We can just rest into nirvana, into the bliss. And I had a shamanic experience, which again, I shared the story where I had like a Kalima experience on shamanic medicine years ago. And I shared it on YouTube, I think. But this particular one, I saw it a year ago. This was prophecy. I told my shaman a year ago, hey, I had a dream that you served me and I turned into Kalima and you were the only one who could control me. And that's the truth of what I told him. A year later is actually when it happened. I was like, oh, that was the dream from a year ago. And he gave me a shamanic dose of tobacco. So I am a holder of the sacred plant of tobacco. I've shared it many times. It runs in my lineage. So hape. Hape is the tobacco snuff that goes up the nose. I was given a shamanic dose from a man. Listen, I'm 5'3". I know I have like a big energy. I am 5'3". And I have small hands. A man's hand where the whole thing was tobacco. Let me tell you, like I had an immediate reaction, but I felt the Kalima energy. And there was only a few people there. So you heard me chanting Jaima Kalima, like you saw me like struggling. I was struggling. But then all of a sudden I started chanting Om Namah Shiva. And you could see me go from struggling to like, and I just finally calmed down. And so that's what happened, but that's the beautiful dance too, right? And we didn't think about this with chaos to order or this to that. It's just the balance, right? Finding that balance. And so with that Kala Shiva energy, there is that balance. So when you said you want to call Shiva, let me tell you, afterwards, I was stunned. I was completely stunned, just staring at my shaman of like, what was that? And he said, I'm so proud of you, Jocelyn. So when it comes to the Shiva energy, at least for me, Shiva is resting into the nothingness. Shiva is resting into just the pure nirvana and bliss, which is the highest truth. Nephthys, yes, Isis's twin, Ashe. Oh, I opened the Akashic records without knowing, and it was painful. Yeah. There's also been a lot of like sudden activations, like unexplainable, etc. 144 as I say that. So a lot of that has been happening in the collective, where it's like things, again, like activations. I got an email too. I don't know if they're watching, but shout out to you, an email where they went to the Akashic records from the video and then went on TV and it was a blue rose right away. Go look into your Akashic records. Akashic records are your birthright. It's everyone's birthright to access the Akashic Records, go on Google, look up a pathway prayer. You can say it on your own. Go to YouTube, Guided Meditations, Akashic Records. But I will say Akashic Records can change your life. For me, the only ways I've actually changed my life, even the material, yes, aligned actions, but the Akashic Records where I go into soul contracts, etc. I'm confused because I saw a dragon thing in the sky. I looked up what it means. Oh yeah, dragons are awesome. There's a lot of dragon energy. I mean, last year was the year of the dragon, so a lot of dragon energy in the collective. My chart is full of 12 houses too. Shout out 12 housers. Shiva Shakti, yes. Yeah, we're just tall start. See, I played basketball for most of my childhood, and so everyone thought that I was going to be tall because I grew before everyone. I'm 5'3", man. Never stop. I'm 5'3" too. Wow, that is amazing, Kali and Kanto. Yeah, no, I'm 5'3". The Kalima energy is big, but I'm just 5'3". He is so handsome, Shiva. Yes. Yes, 12 housers. That's House of Pisces. All right, let's grab some closing messages. What are some closing messages for the collective? Thank you for being here today. Thank you for this collective reading. Moon, Saturn, and Venus. Remember, we do have forgive over here. Okay, so for some of you, forgive. We have Anana, believe in yourself. We do have forgive. The truth that dares to shine through. And that's what this reading was all about. The truth that dares to shine through. April 25th, we have a Moon, Saturn, Venus conjunction. The truth that dares to shine through amidst it all. This Saturn conjunction is going to analyze you. It's not coming in to like punish you and this and that. It's going to show you like, hey, we could work on these things. Or, hey, I actually see that the work is done. You did the work. Blessings upon you. So be open to blessings, okay? You're so tall, 5'4". All right, so what do we have for this Moon, Saturn, Venus message? This Moon, Saturn, Venus message for the 144,000 for the light workers. What are some closing messages for the Moon, Saturn, and Venus conjunction? We have Kadesh. Kadesh can resonate with you. It's also asking you to own all of that sacral energy. Om. Shiva energy. To own all of the womb energy as well. Okay, and again, sacral, womb energy, your life force energy. This year is the year of the serpent, the snake. So there is a lot of life force energy. So I see that we do have divine masculine Thoth over here. Thoth is the holder of Akashic records. Okay, Thoth can also resonate with you. Divine masculine, right, is that masculine energy. So that masculine within or without. What else do we have for divine masculine? Kadesh. Ma'at, okay? Yeah, we have Ma'at, the keeper of the scales, fairness and balance, but confirmation that what is this portal doing? This Moon, Saturn, Venus conjunction. This is your initiation into peace. This is your initiation into stability, divine masculine energy. Okay, Ma'at over here, and Thoth. Ma'at and Thoth are actually counterparts, all right? So Ma'at and Thoth can resonate with you. Also a lot of themes of balance here. There's balance coming into your life. Okay, that's what I have for you. Hope that it resonates. You can go to 144bluerosetemple.com. We do have a few ceremonies for this year. We have a lot of just different things going on. I just haven't been posting anything quite yet. I've been very present. So for people who are asking, how are you? I've been very present, focusing on motherhood, on creating, and aligning with all of you, aligning with all of the soul tribe. And I'm seeing it. I'm seeing people trickle into my life. We have a event that's going to be happening in Brooklyn, New York, so it's coming in. Keep calling in everything, everyone on a soul level. Soul alignment. I'm calling in the abundance, the prosperity, the soul tribe, the opportunities, the experiences, the everything on a soul level, soul alignment. All right. Blessings. I love you all. Thank you so much for being here today. I know that this was an impromptu live, but I saw that conjunction. I was like, I'm going to go on live and talk about this conjunction. Moon, Saturn, and Venus. Saturn is only analyzing you. Be open to blessings of the work it is that you've been doing, okay? And know that Saturn is not going to bless just what it looks like or this or that. Saturn is blessing you on a soul level, okay? I love you. You got this. Keep going. Go to 144bluerosetemple.com for any personal readings. If you need any support, go on YouTube, guided meditations for those Akashic records. All right, bye-bye for now. I will see you tomorrow, Pisces and all signs. Blessings to you all.